Hello, my name is Rolf Hamann. I am at the University of Cape Town Graduate School of Business, and it's my great pleasure to present today the William H. Newman Award for Best Paper Based on a Dissertation. So this award recognizes outstanding papers based on a recent dissertation defended within 3 years, the last 3 years, and we are able to award up to 3 papers a year. And so this was a tough thing to do. We received fantastic nominations from each of the academy divisions, and it was a tight race. In the end, we identified 1 winner and 3 finalists. Before I mention them, I want to just say thank you to my fellow committee members who did a really fantastic job at contributing to the discussion and the assessment of each of the papers, and wonderfully prompt responses to all our requests for their inputs. So these are Professors Bezrukova, Crossland, Eisenman, Karunakaran, Methot, and Regnér. Thank you so much to you for your support in this process. So to introduce the winning papers, I just want to highlight what I thought was quite an intriguing and fascinating aspect of many nominated papers, and that is that they embodied this ambition that was so well described by Murray S. Davis in 1971 already, which is that we want to have contributions to scholarship that are not only true, but they are interesting in the sense that they challenge prevailing notions and taken for granted assumptions. So what I liked also about many of the nominated papers was not only that they were interesting in the sense that Davis is calling for here, but they did both things, right? They were truthful in the sense that they were rigorous as well as being challenging of many of our assumptions. So the 3 finalists, they really embodied this themselves. So take, for example, the first finalist, Basim Matufik's paper on imposter phenomenon revisited. I think the most common assumption is that imposter syndrome or imposter phenomenon is pretty much mostly a bad thing, right? It's uncomfortable for people to experience. But what Tufik shows is that it actually can have positive effects, specifically regard to interpersonal effectiveness, because experiencing this phenomenon promotes a more other-focused orientation. The second paper by Simon Park talks about conflict, and we often assume that conflict has negative effects on our work performance, but in some circumstances, the opposite is true, and Simon Park does a really great job at describing what those circumstances are. The third paper, the third of our finalists, is by Saurabh Ghosh, Think Before You Act. And I really appreciated this paper because what it shows is that, we would assume that a business that has a lot of resources will be able to develop more sophisticated and effective experimental designs for the strategic planning. But what Ghosh finds is in fact the opposite. Firms with fewer resources are more likely to engage in fewer but more sophisticated experiments, and as a consequence have higher performance benefits come out as a result. So wonderful achievement. I think these 3 finalists are definitely worth reading, and as I mentioned, both rigorous and interesting at the same time, which makes the winning achievement all the more notable. And our winner of this year's award is Kylie Huang for her paper, Entrepreneurship as a Bridge to Employment, Evidence from Formerly Incarcerated Individuals. This is a wonderful study with both practical and theoretical impact. It contributes to an ongoing debate around the role of entrepreneurship in individuals' careers, where prior work has suggested that entrepreneurial stints can actually be harmful to a person's chances to gain subsequent wage employment. But what Kylie's paper shows is the opposite, especially among discriminated groups. So entrepreneurship can be a bridge to employment, and specifically amongst formerly incarcerated individuals. This not only challenges our current understanding, but it also advances broader debates around entrepreneurship and inequality. The paper also impressed us from a methodological point of view. It makes good use of both quantitative and qualitative data, as well as a quasi-experimental design, making good use of a change in the empirical context. So Kylie, congratulations for this fantastic achievement. And I also want to extend our congratulations to all the nominees who have really shown us about the cutting edge of impactful scholarship in management.
Thank you so much. I'm extremely honored to be one of the winners of the William H. Newman Award, and I'm super grateful to the award selection committee and the OMT division for this recognition. I'd like to take the chance to thank my awesome advisor, Damon Phillips, who's been extremely supportive all throughout my PhD journey, and my dissertation committee members, other faculty members, and students at Columbia Business School. I really hope that this award helps bring a bit more attention to individuals who become entrepreneurs in the face of labor market discrimination, especially the formerly incarcerated population in the United States, the population that my dissertation and research mostly focuses on. Thank you so much again, and I hope everyone enjoys AOM.